What's up guys, it's Claudia. I'm taking you on another thrift with me. This is going to be thrifting for my birthday and my New York City trip. I found some really incredible pieces. I started off with the shoe section. I found literally the best finds that I found in a while. And we're talking the most beautiful y2k shoes. Those ones are actually splash wedges, which if you guys have watched some of my other videos or if you've checked out my Etsy shop, I found a lot of really cool splash shoes in the past. Found these incredible kind of bubble clog sneakers and a couple other really amazing like kitten heel style shoes, which I think are going to be so perfect for spring and summer. And it's definitely a type of shoe that I already kind of have in my wardrobe, but I feel like you can just never have enough. There's always such unique ones at the thrift store. And then I moved on to purses. I thought this bag might be really nice for the beach, but I ended up kind of hesitating. I didn't know if I would really need one living in the city. And here's me finally moving on to the clothing section. I ended up going into the jackets, the light jackets and vests section, which is definitely one of my favorite areas to thrift. I feel like I always find really cool pieces, including this blue ribbed sweater kind of light coat. It was suede and it was a total vintage piece, which was just beautiful. And I found this incredible denim jacket, which I was obsessed with. It felt very y2k, of course, and it was by Marciano, which I guess is the Guess brand, which I normally wouldn't buy into. I always avoid the sort of more fast fashion brands at the thrift store, but I felt like I could potentially make an exception just because it was exactly what I was looking for the spring and summer. And I am going to try on a ton of pieces for you guys later on in the video. And then I moved on to the bottoms section, so I kind of went through the skirts and I went through the pants. I ended up finding truly a lot of pieces on this thrift trip. So at the very end, I ended up going through everything and really deciding what I needed and what pieces would be great additions to my wardrobe. And naturally, this started off as a thrifting trip for my birthday and for New York City. So I did go to the dresses section. I found a couple really cool pieces, but they weren't quite what I had in mind. Although some of them were totally stunning and I wish I could have used them for another occasion. This one I think was by Le Chateau. It was very like 90s, early 2000s. Found this really funky piece, which I honestly kind of loved. I just didn't know where I would wear it. Found a couple cool summer dresses, like this beautiful denim one. I do have one like that, a similar one already in my wardrobe, so I didn't need it. This piece I wanted to show you guys because I think this is like the most beautiful, simple, sexy spring and summer piece, which I absolutely love. I do have a similar one already. I think it's just so flattering and something to keep in mind if you're looking for a going out piece. And then I moved on to the pants section, which usually is like one of my least favorite sections to go through, but I had a really good run this time. I really like that dark wash studded pair. It's kind of different, something I haven't really worn in a long time, and also that light wash with white embroidery I thought was really pretty. Kind of felt very fresh and light for spring. I love this pair that I'm showing you guys right now. I love the back detail kind of on the upper waistline and also the knee details and like the stitching and everything. Unfortunately, it was too big on me though. But that's okay because I found a bunch of other pairs that I was totally obsessed with. And I found this pair which I desperately wanted to show you guys because a while back I bought a pair of vintage wide leg satin pants. They're the most flattering and the most chic and effortless pair of pants that I own, and I totally recommend that you guys find a pair that fits you and that you love, and it could just be totally a statement piece and a wardrobe staple. And then I moved on to my favorite section. I went to check out the blazers. I found this really cool brown colored blazer and it's perforated, which you guys know I love, textured pieces. And on the other side of that aisle were actually capris, which I haven't checked out in a while, and I'm so glad I did. I found a couple really amazing pairs, and I also went to check out the ties in my last thrift with me, I think it was. I found some really incredible ones, so I knew I had to check it out again. As I made my rounds around the thrift store, I ended up realizing that I totally missed a whole section of these shoes and purses, so I went back and again, so glad I did. I found a couple of really amazing pieces. Those knee-high boots were so beautiful. I found this incredible guest bag, which if you've been watching my New York vlogs, you would see that I've been wearing it, and it's such an incredible find. I also found the sporty bag, and at this point I took all my stuff over to the mirror to try everything on. Some pieces I knew immediately I was buying because I was just obsessed with them, including this guest bag. It was just such a heavy, like chunky, early 2000s style bag, and honestly exactly what I've been looking for in a brown bag. These shorts felt very skater girl, which I was in love with. They're black and white pinstripe, which I think is just very cool and also just a really classic style. This tie had a beautiful color, but not one that I could picture myself wearing so much. I think I'm more into slightly more subtle ties, as I'm kind of incorporating them into my wardrobe and outfits now. Also take in these baby blue silvery satin tuxedo shorts. Those are so cool. I also loved how this faux leather piece looked over my sweater. It was a little bit tight in the sleeves, but I thought it was a really cool style to kind of layer it. And I'm on the hunt for a classic corset. I really want just a really plain black one, but unfortunately it was a size large and it just would have been too big on me. I also found 2 pairs of vintage Tommy Girl, Tommy Hilfiger jeans, which I'm over the whole Tommy trend, but I loved the wide leg fit of these and the slits at the bottom. I think they could have been a really cool pair, so I thought I would share those with you guys anyways. I also thought the texture and kind of faded detail on these jeans was really cool, but they did have much more of a high-waisted mom style jean fit from like a few years ago, so was not into those. And I also found this pair, but I think they looked a little bit too yellow. I almost feel like they could have been a bit more gold or maybe a little bit more gray, and they would have been really cool. And here I'm finally showing you a dress that I bought with my birthday in mind. I thought it was a very cool Carrie Bradshaw moment to buy this black kind of floral bust dress, and it was fairly mini on the length, and I think I could have totally layered it with another piece underneath. Also really into this white skirt. It felt very cool and effortless for spring and summer. I love the kind of belt details. It did end up being too big on me though, so I left it behind. I totally could have sourced it for the shop as well, but I have a couple pieces that I already need to put up. Found a really cool buttery soft leather jacket as well, but I have a lot of leather jackets. And I'm glad I tried it on with my sweater because it did end up being a little bit of a tight fit. And I found this incredible really light crochet piece, which is probably a swimsuit cover-up, but I would have used it for more of just a textured layering piece. I almost wish I got this piece, but honestly, because I found so many amazing items on this thrift trip, I just felt like I should have left it. This jacket, you guys, y2k seduction silver trench coat. I of course purchased it and I took it to New York with me. It was such a good purchase and I'm completely in love with it. I do wish it was a bit longer of a fit because it's a bit of a short trench coat, but I love the silver finish of it. And I also found this yellow one, which I love the pale yellow color, but I just don't think it suited me for some reason. Maybe it was also the brown sweater I was wearing was kind of throwing me off. This jean jacket, unfortunately, was tiny. It was like an extra small and I couldn't even fit it over a sweater, so I just gave up on it and left it behind. Found a couple really cool purses. This one was kind of more of a Western cowgirl style, which I thought was nice. Also love the color. However, I've noticed I don't wear these tiny bags as often. I kind of like to be able to fit my wallet and my earphones and sanitizer and my phone, so I ended up leaving those behind. But I did grab this one. It was missing a handle, so I ended up getting it a little bit discounted because I'll have to find a shoulder strap or something for it, but I love the bronze metallic color and the silver chain details on it. Next I moved on to reviewing all of the shoes I found. Of course I was obsessed with these bubble sneakers. I love the asymmetrical lace detail. Love these black heels. They felt very classic and I'm very much into the kind of floral cutout and little bow detail. These Anne Klein loafers also felt very classic and I love the base of them, the kind of thick soles, but the brown color was kind of throwing me off. I think I would have preferred them in black. These kitten heels I'm so in love with. I don't have any white ones, so I was definitely on the hunt for those, and I love the mesh fabric on them. I ended up leaving the splash wedges just because they weren't quite my style. And these shoes I ended up picking up, as well as all of this stuff. And there's a bunch of other pieces that I didn't show you guys yet. I will be doing a massive thrift haul, including previous purchases from other thrift trips, so you guys will definitely want to stay tuned for that. There's gonna be so many gems. Found some incredible pieces as always. Can't wait to show you guys. A good mix of trip and birthday pieces, as well as just classic spring things on my wish list.